what we learned in the last episode was that Ethan isn't trying to kind of resume his position of power and is okay with letting Archer take over. How much will that be playing into the final episode, and what can you share about how that might change their dynamic?
Hmm.
I
Next
know, great
episode.
questions. Dramatic pauses. Go ahead. You have something, Steven?
Me? I mean, look. I mean, you're the lead, but okay. I'll tee it up. I
You
mean,
know.
the thing is that well, I feel like what we're finding in these characters, and as evidenced by the episodes that you're talking about, is that they're kind of sharing they're kind of sharing things with each other. Yeah, I mean, Ethan is basically handing the torch to Dean in a way that is more definitive, while Ethan is trying to sort things out for himself with his personal issues. The same thing is going on with Dean. You know, we're scratching at some personal issues too, while he's coping with the understanding that he might have a job that goes into next year, kind of like me. So he's like having he's going to be around longer, and as different as these characters are, they seem to be kind of helping each other through this transition. It's unspoken, but they seem to be there for each other, especially in the final episodes. It seems to
Agreed. I think there's this unwritten kind of connection between the two, that I think both Steven and I play because of the history they've established and evolved from way back when. And what the writers are doing is kind of implementing those particular situations, and us as actors are really kind of creating and developing that relationship. And what you'll see is that you know it is this wonderful conflict of certain interests, but yet this sense of understanding and brotherhood and connection towards one another that really creates this kind of wonderful dynamic. And that's what you'll see more as far as the episodes are concerned. There's certain things that will come and start to brew, but the way that they deal with them is this kind of sense of connection and evolution that they're both going through, that creates this understanding for one another.
Yeah, Ethan is dealing with a cop who gets shot, and there's a very complex situation with how to treat him. What can you tease about the medical situation at play?
uh what can I tease? I can tease that the audience will definitely be surprised under the given circumstances. I think what I love about most Dick Wolf shows, and what the writers also do, is take certain elements from kind of our social environment and bring them into the ED, and let us experience them, let us talk about them a little bit. And so in those circumstances, yeah, you'll see a little bit of that, but as well as, you know it's wonderful to see also the two different doctors and two different characters kind of colliding together. And I think that's what makes kind of a rich environment for Chicago Med, because it's not always a Dean and Archer situation. It's other doctors, it's Halstead, it's all these other cast of characters, to be able to kind of really take certain elements as far as medicine is concerned, but then also have certain characters with different personalities and sensibilities butt heads and conflict with one another.